And hello everyone! Welcome back to another, long set live stream of what used to be a 1D&D campaign, and now we're doing Pathfinder 2nd Edition Beginner Box. So yes, welcome to the inaugural episode, Session 1 of the Pathfinder 2nd Edition Beginner's Box here. We've got almost all of the Ever Side Questers. Unfortunately, it looks like my cousin Mike will not be making it tonight, and instead we have Scott, Sean, and Eric playing tonight. They will be playing the following characters of, let's see here. Eric will be playing Severish, our summoner, lizard folk summoner. And then we have, let's see here, get there. So tokens, again, were created by the Hair Doctor, who is in live chat right now. So, if you like the tokens, thank him, because he's been awesome about that. Thank you so much, Hair Doctor, for creating all the tokens and artwork for these guys and imagining them based off of what we have from the Session 0. And then we also have Sean playing Crunk, who has been a long-standing character, reimagined many, many times. And Sean will be playing Crunk, our orc druid here, a rainfall orc. And then we also have Scott playing the reimagined Schmebulok from the 1D&D campaign as a gnome wizard, Fey-touched gnome wizard here, who has gone with the evoker subclass, you could say, for wizardry school. So we're going to get to see the raw potential of a evoker wizard in the Pathfinder 2nd Edition version. So there we go. Again, my cousin Mike would also be playing a champion, a human champion, but unfortunately Mike isn't here with us tonight. He's either overslept because sadly he's working nights now, or his company kept him in for a long afternoon meeting or something, and sadly he has to basically get as much sleep as he can and then go right into work at like 10 o'clock tonight. So we gotta get him a new job so he can hang out with us on Tuesday nights, or get the job to move his stuff around. So with that, we shall jump right into the game here. Everyone ready to go?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, cool. As a reminder, as per the rules of Pathfinder 2nd Edition, everyone starts with 1 hero point every session. And from talks of people like, I think it was Flame Loud and a few other people, the idea is that everyone would get roughly 1 hero point per hour. But luckily, since we only play for about an hour, there only maybe be 1, maybe 2 hero points. So we'll use those similar to, Advantage, basically, from 5th edition. So that's the whole hero point system. But it can also be used for death saving rolls, which is going to be potentially handy depending on what happens. So we'll see what happens here as we jump right into the Pathfinder 2nd Edition Beginner's Box. And our story starts here in Otari, the logging village, in the areas of Galarian, of the Pathfinder world. So, all of our characters have been assigned roles of how they know each other. Mike's character, who has yet to be fully named, is a sheriff, a former sheriff of Otari at one point or another, and being a sheriff, has met Schmebulok through the streets and whatnot, one way or the other. Schmebulok is a scholar, so he will have spent his time, studying and learning things about arcane schools and whatnot, and probably met and ran into Crunk, who lives out in the forest areas at one point or the other here. So I'm going to switch over to the map real quick. The forest sections off to the west of Otari, which you can see in the landing page up in the hills. Crunk has probably spent his time up in the forest sections there, and because of this, and Crunk being up in the forest doing, quote-unquote druid things, has run into Severish, our lizard folk, Saravish. That one's going to take me a while to get used to. Saravish, who has been exploring the lands and learning about his prophetic dreams and prophecy of being the chosen one of his people. So through those point in time, we have made some connections here of how everyone has learned and met each other. And at one point, Schmebulok, as you are, somewhere in the town of Otari here, you have received a letter. Probably a runner has come and found you at the library or some other scholarly area that you are more than likely well accustomed to being known for being there. And you'll have gained this letter here from Tamili. Tamili, who owns the Otari Fishery, which basically we are more or less looking at in this picture here in the landing scene. But as we get into this, the small seaside town of Otari is known for its fresh fish and skilled sailors. But above all, it's a big logging town, providing valuable wood to the nearby metropolis of Absalom. But for you, Otari is home. You grew up playing on the docks, getting lost in the nearby woods, and hearing the fantastical stories of travelers from faraway lands. Tales of terrifying dragons and virtuous knights. Such adventures always seemed so distant until today. Word has begun to spread around Otari that there's a problem down at the Otari Fishery. Some are saying that some sort of beast is lurking in the basement, feeding on the stores of salted fish. Folks are worried that whatever is eating the fish might get hungry enough to eat the fishers next. You received a letter from Tamili Tendervale, the owner of the fishery. Inside is a desperate plea for help. With the town guard busy protecting the loggers, she needs a few brave souls to venture down into the basement of her warehouse and put an end to the beast that's feasting on her fish. Do you have the courage to face the menace under Otari? And part of the letter from Tamili says, if you come for the job, come at night, and after business hours, and bring some friends. And just to give you guys an idea of who this is, let me see about getting a picture to show you guys. So you should have a picture of Tamili and her fishery. Well, after hours fishery.
Yeah.
So, with that, do you guys want to maybe describe yourselves, your characters a little bit? Maybe explain your backgrounds a little further if you fleshed out your history of who you were and what you were before this fateful day?
Yeah, I'll go first. So my character is Shmebulok. He is a Fey Touch gnome from the Fey Wilds. He's a very scholarly fellow. He likes his books. He likes his dusty tomes. So he's more often than not trying to find information, trying to expand his knowledge than he is to be getting in trouble.
There you go. And that is Shmebulok of the Pathfinder world. What about Krunk or Saravish? What do you guys think? What kind of background do you have for your story and why you've ventured all the way out here?
Eric, you want to go ahead?
Sure, why not? Saravesh has left his home due to a prophecy that involved him, which has to do with him either possibly founding or discovering a lost Iruxi, which are how the wizard folk refer to themselves, empire.
All right. And Sean, do you have anything to tell the people about Krunk?
Krunk is a large, hulking, green-skinned orc with some lanky, almost black hair. Looks incredibly stupid. He knows that he has a brother out there somewhere, and he is perpetually searching for him.
Oh, right. Yes, your brother.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Many a times, these brothers have never been fated to play in the same campaign together. But yes, Krunk's brother. Anyways, so, with that, Shmebulok, you have received this letter from Tamili, and she has been requesting aid for help with whatever is eating her fish stocks down in the fishery. Is there anything you'd like to do? I mean, you know a few good people that would probably love to join in and help out.
Yeah, so is she here? I can ask her questions? Or are you...
Well, if you're going, you can go by yourself to talk to her. or you can head on over, if you want to grab some
Let's round up the
mates.
crew.
All right. So it takes you a little bit of time, but easily you know more or less where to find Krunk. He'll be in the areas, in the Druid areas, if not out in the woods, more than likely up at, let's see here, the Stone Ring Pond, which is just outside the walls, or I shouldn't say the walls, but like the cliffside. So it's a little bit of a walk on the path out of town, up and around to this Stone Ring Pond, but sure enough, you find Krunk there, paying homage to some of the his god, his Druid god of choice. And there he is, hanging out, doing his thing. And Krunk, as you're praying to your Druid gods and taking care of some of your Druid rituals, you hear some small footsteps coming up behind you, and you recognize Shmebulok, the gnome wizard. Apparently, he looks very intent on speaking with you.
Oh, hi there.
Hey, man, we got some work going on.
Oh, what that?
We got to get rid of some vermin. We got to catch some vermin for some sweet, sweet money.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got to buy me some new paper. We got to do this.
Yep, me go.
Perfect. All right, let's go round up our next buddy.
With that, Krunk, as Shmebulok talks about rounding up some people, you think you know precisely who to talk to about this, and just outside in the woods, you've been kind of holding up this rather strange lizard folk near, close to where you spend most of your time out in the woods. And do you want to go and grab him as well?
Oh, me no guy that can do. Me go get.
So, Shmebulok, do you follow along with Krunk as he goes to grab this fellow that he thinks could help out with some business here at the fishery?
Absolutely.
All right. So, Saravish, what do you think you would be doing on the outskirts of this forest? Holding up in like a really makeshift kind of, not necessarily a tent, but just like a small hovel that you've been kind of hanging out in for the time being while you're figuring out your, trying to deal with your prophecies and understanding why you're the chosen one of your people. What do you think you'd be doing?
And this is morning time?
It's about noon at the moment. We're going to say we're somewhere right around noon.
Alright, so probably having a bit of a lunch.
Okay.
And next to me, kind of obscured from open view, would be Koth.
Oh, you're,
Ooh.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
who I would be feeding bits of my lunch to.
Yes, let me pull up Koth's artwork here. Would you mind explaining Koth to the viewers of what this is for your Eidolon?
Koth is, as Saravash sees it, his other, almost a part of himself. He is a medium-sized creature, looks like an amalgamation between a bear and a lizard.
Yes, I just shared that with the other people, so you get this
It does.
really strange-looking creature.
So it's a badgered. Wait.
A bearger? It's like a weird cross between armadillo, badger, and bear. So, Shmebulok and Krunk, Krunk, you lead. Nope, hold on. Sorry. My cat is messing with my headphone wires, and he likes to chew. So, yes. Yeah, last thing I need to do is just lose all my sounds so I can't hear anything. Krunk, you're leading Shmebulok to this little hovel that you've helped build out for Saravish, and you come across Saravish having a bit of lunch, and his Eidolon is out, Koth, milling about.
Oh, puppy.
Upon hearing the approach of people, I will just gently say, "Cough away," and he will literally just sink into the earth.
Okay, cool.
Terrifying.
So yeah, Koth, does he have like a bit of a burrowing speed?
Oh no, I'm just unsummoning him.
Oh, okay, okay. I thought maybe he had the burrow. I couldn't remember. There you go. And as you unsummon Koth, you are encountered with Krunk, your fellow here that's been helping you, survive in this strange lands that you're not used to, and a very small fellow, a small gnome, but that you may have witnessed here and there on occasion.
Hey, Saravish. This Shmebulak. Him got job.
Yeah, down at the fisheries. We're looking for someone to help them clean out some vermin. Sounds like easy work.
So,
I'll stand up. I'll nod to Schmebulak in greeting. Good. I was getting bored of the inactivities.
yes,
Right,
and
so
go ahead.
I was gonna say, great. We can go head down there and see what's going on, and hopefully make quick work of this.
Okay, and you guys take your time heading back into town then?
Yeah.
All right. And with that, it takes a little bit of time to walk up into the out of town into the wooded area. I mean, you can see kind of the path on the top of the hill here, and that leads into the forest and whatnot. So it takes a couple hours of walking out and then walking back in. And we'll say, by the time you get through town and maybe Krunk, especially being a wild druid, and Saravesh, not necessarily being of this town, it takes you a little bit of time to make your way through the town here. Mostly, I believe the words were basically this town is mostly humans with some mixed in with some other races as well, dwarves and elves, possibly some gnomes and halflings and what have you, but primarily humans, if I remember correctly. We'll say that by the time you get to the tavern, or the fishery, excuse me, it gets to be about dusk time. So we'll transition a little bit into the darker night, the darkness here. Ooh, look at that! It's getting a little dark there. I like what they did. Oh, God, come on. And we will then head on in, and at this point, the fishery has transitioned over to its more like ruckus side where there's games and whatnot happening on. If anyone wants to roll any kind of a check for the fishery, you by all means go right ahead. Let me see here. What would be
I will smell for fish.
what would be a good proficiency here? You could go with society. Give me a if you want to learn about the fishery, go ahead and roll me a society check. Oh, there we go.
Took me a hot minute to figure that out.
Yeah.
It makes sense though.
Okay.
That's where it should be.
Schmebulok's got a 13. Anyone else want to try it out?
I don't care anything about the fishery aside from location.
Okay.
And I'm just trying to smell fish.
All right. So, Schmebulok, as you recall some information about the fishery here, you know that it's a shipyard by day, and you've heard that the place becomes a place of like entertainment by night. You're not quite sure really what goes on here, but Tamil is looking for people, so might as well come on down in whenever you can. So not much more you can recall about the about that. But as you come in, you hear that it's kind of getting to be the after hours now, and Tamlin's here, kind of helping out people as there's a bunch of tables all over the place with we'll pop that back up there. Just people playing games and whatnot, and you can see Tamil here. This she's probably halfling, running about, and you all stand there at the entrance down into this section here. Do you approach anyone, or are you just kind of watching the area? What do you want to do now that you're inside of the fishery?
Probably looking for signs of vermin. Try to figure out what we're dealing with.
Let me see something here.
Are there are people wandering around?
Oh yeah. As you walk into the fishery, this place looks nothing like a place of business, and it's more like an entertainment hall. There's just people surrounding tables playing card games. Others are playing dice games. The lights are a bit lower, as you can see in the artwork here. Like, people are just yelling, having fun. A bit of waitstaff running around with some small amounts of food going back and forth, and some beers. And you can see, as you finally spot her, Shmebulok, you can see Tamili running about, taking care of business here. She hasn't noticed you quite yet.
I'll just kind of reach out and grab a passing person.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, wherever, mice and things.
And you grab the person, and probably an elf there milling about. Like, yes, about the rodent problem. Maybe speak with Tamili. She's right over there, and points you to Tamili, who seems to be distracted. And then the elf cries out, "Hey, Tamili, over here! We got some people that want to help you out." And she turns and looks at you, and she comes just kind of stomping on over. She's like, "Well, hello there. Good to know that my message was well received. You small one here, but my fellow Shmebulok, is that you? You seem to have got my letter. Perfect. Are you here to help take care of this rat problem I have?"
Absolutely. I've rounded up the posse and we're ready to go.
Your posse here. These two. And she looks up and she just goes, an orc. And I have no idea what you are, my scaled friend. I hope you're here to help destroy these rats. Right? Clearly, a little taken aback by an orc and a lizard folk. Not her usual fare of people showing up.
Oh, hi.
What was that? Anyways, so Shmebulok, you responded with yes, you're here to help with the rat problem?
Correct.
Okay. Well then, why don't you fellows follow me, and you can get started right away. Clearly, I'd like to know whatever is taking care and, eating up all of my fish, because that's bad for business. And, this isn't really, and she kind of gestures to everyone behind her, this isn't exactly, my main business. This is just for fun, this entertainment hall. The main business is the fish, and I need to protect the fish. So she leads you. She's like, all right, follow me. And she leads you to a back room, and then the back room has a doorway that leads down a set of stairs. But please, go ahead. I'm pretty sure it's not just the rats that are down there eating up my fish, but, if you can figure out what the heck's going on, I would be greatly appreciative. Please. And she kind of steps aside and just points down the stairs. What do you do?
Well, I'll head towards the stairs.
Yeah. Can everybody see in the dark?
You can see.
Yes, Krunk has dark vision, one of the few races that does. Shmebulok, I believe you have low light vision, right?
Yep.
Saravesh, I don't think has any vision. besides
I
normal
have
vision.
the light spell.
Surprisingly enough, lizard folk do not have any senses beyond, the standard stuff. So,
Humor.
what is your marching order? Who's going first, second, and third?
I'm gonna want the big guys go first. I'm just a little dude.
Yeah, I'll head in first.
Okay, and then Krunk, I'm guessing second for you, and Schmebulok last?
Yes.
Okay, so as you begin heading down the stairs, Tamily closes gently. She's like, thank you so much for taking a look into this, and, best of luck! And she gently closes the door behind you and leaves you to whatever happens. And I'm going to activate floor number 1 of the basement here.
Hooray!
Alright, so let me see something here. Okay, I do have some music playing. Alright. So, you guys see where you're at here? See if I can.
I'm still loading.
Okay.
And going by the looks of it, there is like a light source down here.
Yes, there is a bit of a light source going on in the corner of this basement here. Turn that down just a wee bit. Okay, so as you begin heading down the stairs into the basement of the Otari Fishery, the stairs creak with age as you make your way downstairs to find the beast that has been eating all the fish. In the center of the room, between stone pillars holding up the fishery overhead, are barrels filled with salted fish. 2 of these barrels have been smashed open, spilling their contents on the floor. In the east wall is a large hole opening into darkness. Just a few hours ago, you were gathered with a few other adventurers in the office of Tamley Tanderville, where she offered you 10 gold pieces. Yes, hindsight, she offered you 10 gold pieces. Each if you could put an end to the menace. She was thrilled when you agreed to help her with a simple task, but as you make your way downstairs, you can't help but wonder if this might be a lot more adventure than you bargained for. Okay, so what would you all like to do as you make your way down these aged stairs under the fishery?
When I get to the bottom of the stairs, I'm gonna put my hand on the floor and say, "Koth to me."
Okay, and summon up your Eidolon here. Now,
Yeah.
let me know. I've checked some things off with Pathfinder. See if you can pull Koth's token onto the board or not.
I can't click and drag off of the
Okay.
character sheet if that's what you mean.
Yeah. I pulled it from the sidebar, rather not from the character sheet, but from the where it says like the beginner's box or something. Let's see here. From the right wall, but I got him there for you, so you should be able to control Koth now. Let's see here. Okay, good, you got him. And luckily, Koth has low light vision, which is good. All right, so what do you all do?
I will look around for like tracks or droppings or try and see what it is that this is.
All right, so you're gonna do a little searching around here. What about Schmebulok and Saravesh? What are you two doing?
Probably doing the same. Probably looking around, trying to see if there's any scratch marks.
All right, so go ahead and move your
holes in
tokens.
walls.
Go ahead and move your tokens around the board to let me know where you're gonna place yourselves.
Oh, there's a wall there.
Yeah, you gotta actually follow the stairs.
That's right. It doesn't matter which. Oh, wait. Does it go this way? Ah, yes, it does.
Yes. Oh, we have to go I get it. The stairs are all the way there, and then this is the bottom of the stairs.
Yep. There you go. All right, so someone was doing a little investigating. Was it? I don't remember who was doing what.
Yes. I'm trying to look at like droppings and tracks, try and figure out what this is.
Okay. Saravesh, what are you doing right now that you're down here in the basement?
I'm gonna come up around here. I'm very curious about that hole we had glimpsed coming down.
Okay. The hole is off to the right here.
Yep.
All right. And Shmibulok, what are you doing?
Making sure that there's lots of meat between any danger and me.
By whatever do you mean? All right, so Krunk, go ahead and give me a yeah, you're poking around here. Let's see here. A perception check. Which should be on the left side there. In the right side. Saravesh, what were you doing exactly again? You were looking for the hole in the wall?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so we
Hmm.
don't necessarily have an investigation check anymore for this, so it would probably be what? Probably
Just
more
perception?
perception, it looks like.
Is that the one skill to rule them all now?
I think so, yeah, pretty much. Acrobatics, athletics, society, survival. And then Shmebulok, what are you up to, precisely?
Maybe looking at some of these barrels.
Okay.
Closely.
Go ahead and give me perception on the barrels.
I think that's it.
Okay. So, let's see here. Shmebulok, you got a 10. Krunk, you got a 22 for you. Yes, you definitely looking around and you can see, you're seeing some tracks in and around the ground here. It's really nothing. It's hard to tell because while you're seeing general commotion and stuff moved around here, you're not really seeing anything particular that would say like, oh, okay, definitely we got rats in here. You're seeing some kind of tracks and whatnot, but nothing too off the wall. Shmebulok, yeah, you're got just a real dense smell of fish coming from these barrels here that you're investigating. You can definitely see the fish piled out there. Lots of nibbled marks. The marks themselves on the fish are definitely bigger than you might expect. And Saravesh, you want to give me a perception check too, please?
I can do that. Perception?
Yeah, it's not in the proficiencies tab. It's actually on the left side in that banner section.
Oh, haha.
Yeah, it's the one that's not there because you're going to use perception a lot.
I understand.
Ooh, 19 for a 23. Very good. So, you're having a hard time seeing in here because of the low light that you got going on. And Koth, okay. You're making out some rubble, and you can see a bit of the, a bit of a large hole that is in this, coming through the wall here. So you can just barely make it out. The odd part is that if these are rats, whatever hole was here, they're very, very big. And with that, a strange chittering comes from the hole in the wall. Suddenly, a massive rat the size of a dog emerges from darkness, and it isn't alone. The giant rat rushes towards you with huge teeth snapping. I'm going to need everyone to roll initiative here in a second, as a whole bunch of giant rats come barreling through the hole in the wall here. So I'm going to go ahead and throw all you guys into combat. and roll perception checks for your initiative.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you roll perception for your initiative roll, not dexterity. Let's see here. Normal roll. Circumstance. Double checking something real quick. Untyped +5. Why is it saying roll +5? Okay. Jeez. 2 of my rats got natural 20s.
Jeez.
Oh no.
Well, at least those won't be attack rolls.
Right? Oh man,
This was
that's
a great
fun.
session. I enjoyed Pathfinder. It was great.
Oh no. I don't have any dramatic battle music, it looks like. Soundboard loops, everything. Let's see here. Do I have anything for battle? No, I'm gonna have to add that in later. Okay. All right. So, unfortunately, we don't have any tense battle music for this this fun round of combat here, and we will start with round 1 of combat. So, our giant rats come rushing in from the hole as you are investigating them, and noticing that they are going to lose their lunch. The first giant rat over here spots you, Crunk, and just rushes, taking an action. Her doctor caught me off guard. Cat heard rats, and he's already on the alert. This first giant rat comes rushing in for action number 1 and goes in to bite you for action number 2. All right, so hovering over you, I hit the tab to attack, and then let me bring up my first attack here for melee jaw, snap number 1. Okay, so that's going to be a base 7, total 14 to hit. Does that hit? Nope, that is a miss. Your AC is a 15, so no damage there. And then the rat goes to snap at you, it snarls as it's trying to defend its food and goes in for a second and final attack against you. Much less to hit with another base 7 with a total of 10. The rat snaps at you twice, and probably living out in the woods, you know how to deal with wild animals, and you quickly and easily dodge out of the way here. And that, I should have rolled that. Oh, there we go. Forgot about beginning the encounter. So, giant rat number 1 goes and misses a couple attacks against Crunk. Giant rat number 2 will rush in and go in for the attack against Koth, who is in the way. So we're going to switch targeting over to Koth, and the giant rat uses its first action to move only 5 feet, which technically I guess would be a step, and goes in for strike number 1. We have a base 12 to hit, total of 19, which does hit Koth, unfortunately, and will deal some damage here of 2 for a total of 1 plus 3 points of damage. So let me see here. I can apply damage. I should, if I click on Severish, if I hit that, yes, you take 3 points of damage. As Koth takes a wound, and you immediately feel the hit, Severish. How does that feel now that your Eidolon has been hit for the first time? Do we have Eric there?
No.
Oh.
I'd imagine in my travels it wouldn't be the first time I've experienced, the shared pain that we feel.
True. But definitely not too pleasant.
No.
All right, and then the rat reels back and goes in for a second jaw snap against him. Let's see here. So that will be a +3 to roll. Base 14, total of 17, which just hits. Unfortunately, damage will be a total of 2 points of damage against you. As you take a few more points, a total of 5. Crunk, you're up next with Servish on deck.
Oh. Me cast. No, wait. Do I have to target this thing?
Are you casting a spell?
Yes.
On it or yourself?
I believe this is on it.
Okay.
Schmebulok should be going before me.
Oh, I don't have a roll here. It didn't give
Yeah,
me
Schmebulok got a 12 and I got a 7.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't. Sorry, I rolled the initiative from my character sheet. I didn't realize there was a button under the attack.
Oh, no problems.
Okay.
All right, Smebulok, you are on deck. I didn't realize it was. I forgot that it was all there. All right, so Smebulok, you're after Krunk, and then Saravesh.
Yes, I am going to cast Gouging Claw.
Okay. So let's see here. You temporarily morph your limbs into a clawed appendage. Make a melee spell attack against your target's AC. If you hit, you deal your choice of slashing or piercing damage equal to 1d6 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. On a critical success, you deal double damage plus 1d4 bleed. So, you got your giant rat targeted, right? And in your spell, your prepared spellcasting section, there's a little d20 at the top of your Primal's prepared spells there. If you click on that, you should be able to roll for the attack. Ooh.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Okay, so that's a critical failure. And let's see here. The AC of the rat is what? Okay, that's the AC. Yeah, you definitely miss, unfortunately. So that's a big miss for your 2 actions. Anything else you want to do with your last action?
Yes, I will bite it.
All right.
As I trip over my own feet.
Using your... make sure when you go in for that attack, you hit the MAP, your map number 2 there. Let's see here. Because it's a tusk attack, right?
Yes.
All right, so make sure you hit the map -5, because that's your second attack. Oh, no.
Wow.
It's got to be that city life. Being down in here in the city is just not doing it for you.
Them New York rats got me scared.
All right, so that's the end of Krunk's turn.
Yes.
Yeah, because it was 2 for your spell and 1 for your attack. All right, Schmebulok, you're up. You hear the chittering, gnashing noises of giant rats coming crashing into this basement.
Good time to talk about line of sight
Yeah.
and spells.
Yep.
I'm assuming I don't have any.
Well, you would draw from the center of your token to the center of the token you're trying to attack. And yes, at the moment, you don't have really much line of sight because the barrels, I would definitely say, would give you a circumstance bonus of AC to the rats.
Okay, well, what if I'm gonna choose... I gotta do this right. Select target. Alright, I'm gonna deal with the penalty anyway.
Okay.
So I don't know how you do that on your end.
Let me see here. That's a good question. They would get cover, which would be +2 AC.
Alright, well, the first thing I'm gonna do is try to cast Invoke True Name on it, which would give it a -2 circumstance penalty to the next spell I'm about to cast to it.
Oh, what's the Invoke True Name? That's interesting.
It's the nature one that I picked because Schmebulok from the other Pathfinder was all about finding the true name. I'm like, oh, well, there's the whole character in a cantrip. So
all right,
take
all right.
that thematically. So I'm gonna do that.
All right, so here's what you can do. In your spell, for the Invoke True Name, right? You speak the name and whatnot. You see that little suitcase where it says flat-footed? Take that, click it, and drag it onto the rat.
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously. Drag it onto the rat you're targeting.
Update this actor.
What's that?
You lack permission to update this actor.
Okay, let me see if I can do it.
I
All right.
totally see what you're doing, and that seems pretty cool that we can do that. So yeah, so I'm gonna do that to him. Anything else? Any conditions with that? Am I good to go for my next action?
Yes, you are good to go now that it has the -2 circumstance penalty because you've pulled out its true name, which is just Squeaks. And then I need to see if I can get cover
Alright,
real quick.
so what's map -5, map -10?
Those are your multiple attack penalties. So when you take your first attack, which you haven't done yet, you would strike normally. Then when you take a second attack, you would do map -5 or the second one. And then when you take a third attack in the same round, you would do you would do the big one there. Okay, so you roll definitely easily hit the rat for a total of 21, and you deal 5 points of frost damage. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and apply full damage to the rat there. Yes,
And
you've...
it has weakness.
What's that?
And I don't know how weakness works, because it
Oh.
would have weakness to the first hit as well.
Yes, let's see here. Weakness from what part?
From the invoked true name. In addition, the
Oh.
first time this turn, the target takes damage from one of your spells. It has weakness to that damage equal to double the level of invoked true name.
Okay, so
So
then...
you rolled a 1 on your damage die. You did your ability modifier on top of that, and then you did +2 damage for weakness.
Yes. All right, so I've applied the weakness, and it's still barely alive. Super bloodied, and you've definitely done some nasty damage to it.
I'm done.
All right, there you go. So the spell was 2 actions for the Ray of Frost?
Correct.
All right, cool. All right, that is Shmebulok's turn. Sayervish, you are up with the last giant rat on deck.
Is there an end turn button like there was before?
I think it's just on the encounter tracker because I don't have any special kind of thing, so you'd have to do it on the encounter, which I've already taken care of.
All right. I will use Act Together,
Okay.
and I will use it so that I take 1 action and Koth takes 2.
All right, so act together. How many actions is that? It's okay. I see.
Yeah, you and your Eidolon act as one. Either you or your Eidolon takes an action or activity using the same number of actions as Act Together, and the other takes a single action.
Okay.
So basically. For example, if you spent 2 actions to act together, you could cast Burning Hands for 2 actions, and your Eidolon could strike for 1. Or
Gotcha.
your Eidolon could use its. Well, this is use an example of a breath weapon for 2 actions, and I could stride as 1.
Right. Okay. So that is you're using 1 action for the act together or 2? How many are you using for that? Just so I'm aware.
One, and we can both take an attack.
Okay, cool. I gotta figure out.
Alright. I'll start off by mimicking Krunk.
Don't miss it.
And casting oops, I forgot to target the creature first. So yeah, it should be that. Wait, how do I? Oh, derp. Cast button, Eric.
Oh,
Right.
real quick. You're casting a spell with an attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I need to make a secret roll because you don't have any vision, and the rat is in low light for you. I have to make a secret roll.
Eric, how many times have we told you about making people that can't see in the dark?
Okay, go ahead and make the attack.
When you did it, Sean, did you just click your? How'd you do that?
I gotta pull up my character sheet again. You go to the spells thing, and right next to where it says spell DC, it says the little dice plus whatever. Just to the left of spell preparation.
Ah, I see.
All right, 11 plus 18. Did you have the giant rat targeted?
Yeah, I have it targeted.
Oh, yes, I see it. Okay. That's weird. Why is it not giving me like the same thing when I attack you guys. Weird. All right, so yes, the 18 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll some damage. Okay, concentrate, manipulate, and this is the gouging claw?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I have to worry about anything, so I'm going to go ahead and apply full damage! And, that rat's dead, yo. That was just a big old gouge. And, yeah, you just leap into it, like, raptor style, and just tear it apart. All right, what do you want to do next? You have what? You have a free action for your Eidolon, and then one more action, or two more actions. I don't remember. Summoners are weird.
Yeah. So basically, I actually did that wrong. I would have spent 2. Yeah, I would have spent 2 actions on Act Together, so I would have gotten 2 actions, because it takes 2 actions to cast Gouging Claw, and then Koth gets to use 1 action.
Okay, so what would you like Koth to do?
Koth will go ahead and stride down here and take a look through the hole.
Yes, you see the last giant rat over here with Koth.
Yeah, and that's his turn.
Well, he still has some movement if you wanted to have him move. Finish moving to like go against the giant rat. Otherwise, he can end his turn there.
Yeah, I'll move back here.
Okay. And then I think you have one more action left?
No, that's it. It was 2 actions for the spell.
But doesn't the Act Together give you a free action or not?
No, it basically lets me divvy up my action points between me and my pet.
Okay. It's confusing. It's first time doing it. All right.
Yeah.
So the giant rat is last to go, and they're regular creatures, so he's just going to make a beeline, stride on up to Koth as the first action. Second action is going to target and attack, and make some big old bite attacks against you. That's a base 7, total of 14 to hit, which looks like it's a miss. Missed by 3, and then goes for a second bite, just kind of teeth scraping against the hard exterior of your Eidolon there. Yeah, I know, my cat is just bugging out because he wants to go outside, really.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Scott, David in chat is talking about your spell there that you picked, and apparently you actually need to know the character, or the creature's name in order to use that cantrip, because it's very powerful.
Hey, you rat!
We'll take a look at that later on and see.
Good to know for the future.
Yeah, exactly. All right, and then
Be useful.
the giant rat goes in for one more attack against Koth as we end round 1. Ooh, a big old bite snap there. Oh, and it's a natural 20. Oh, no. All right, so let's see here. So that's going to be...
Surprise, you attacked me.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, I didn't say it was attacking Valeric, so... All right, so Koth's AC is a 17. My total is a 23, so this is a success because I have a 23 total. But because it's a critical, it bumps the success to a critical success because it was a natural 20. So unfortunately, this is a critical for damage, and we're gonna have a total of 12 points of damage against you, Seravish, as your Eidolon is just crunched hard. Oh man.
Yeah, down to 3 hit points. All right.
Yeah, and that was the second strike. And that is the end of round 1 as we go into the top of round 2 here. The first giant rat next to Seravish is kaput and dead. We move on to the second giant rat that is sectioned off with Crunk and goes in for the attacks. Since this rat can only do these, here we go. 3 strikes, one after the other. Strike number 1, 13 plus for a total of 20 to hit, which is going to be a total of 5 over. So this is not a sneaky critical. and deals you a total of, looks like 5 points of damage, Crunk. Oops, I gotta revert that. Okay, there we go. Wrong damage. Okay, 5 points of damage there. Then we go in for the second attack against you as this rat is just ferocious trying to defend its food. And looks like it misses with an 8, misses by 7. And then goes in for the last attack. And rolls for one more time, which is going to be a critical miss by 10. And I think, what is a critical miss on attacks? Doesn't really do anything if I remember correctly. Otherwise, I will update later. But anyways, so the giant rat critically misses on the third attack, and only dealt you the 5 points of initial damage.
And as you watch, oddly enough, the rat turns and literally drowns itself in fish brine.
Right? All right, so that is the end. Crunk, you are up with Schmebulok on deck. What you thinking, Crunk?
Damn.
Damn.
So now is his little critter thing gone?
Which critter?
The Koth.
No.
We share the same hit point pool.
Yeah, I gotta update that.
So if I heal it, I heal you?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. 2, 3...
Just a bit of warning. Any movement next to regardless if you're in melee range or not, will provoke attacks of opportunity. If you step as an action, you don't provoke attacks. Just as a bit of warning, that's a bit different from 5e. So if you move, even next to the monster while you're still in range, you provoke an attack of opportunity.
I will move.
Okay. So as you go for the move, the rat goes in for an attack of opportunity against you. And
well, you don't even have to do that, Sean.
let's see here.
Oh, no, you're right. I don't have to do that.
Yep.
Oh,
Heal
if you
spells. Heal spells aren't touch.
Now, it is. If you use one action. If you use two actions, it has a range of 30 feet and heals an additional 8 hit points.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Oh, David, thank you so much again. I got to pay attention to the skills and whatnot. He just reminded me most low-level creatures don't have attacks of opportunity. It actually has to be listed as a skill. So the giant rats don't have attacks of opportunity. So, yeah, if you want to move, go right ahead and move and then heal. Thank you, David. Once again.
Don't actually need to move.
Okay.
I will spend 2 actions to cast heal.
So go ahead and target Saravish instead of targeting Koth, even though you're still using Koth as a conduit to heal.
Guessing it's the second one down. It says heal versus living
Let me see here.
for 2 actions.
Yeah, the verbal semantic one.
Okay, so yeah, 2 actions, verbal semantic. The spell has a range of 30 feet. If you're healing a living creature, increase its hit points by 8.
Healing.
Now, does that mean it heals 8 hit points automatically, or it heals an additional 8?
Let's see here. Okay.
By the look of the roll, it heals an additional 8.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
If you use it at its base, go ahead, Sean.
I did.
Yeah, if you use it at its base, it heals 1d8 hit points for 1 action. 2 actions, you get 1d8 plus 8, and then for 3 actions, you disperse positive energy in a 30-foot emanation that targets all living and undead creatures in the burst. So you can literally, 3 actions just burst healing.
And damage if they're undead.
Yeah. Nice.
That did not take off with my spell casting. There we go. And I will use my final action to bite the rat.
Okay.
So now, do I do the map -5 or the map -10 since it's technically the third
Oh,
action?
I already changed it, Andy.
Oh, did you? Sorry.
Yeah.
Oops.
I should be at 15.
Okay, revert that then, because I threw on the healing. Okay. You haven't made any attacks yet,
Okay,
Sean?
so it's map -5.
No. It's strike. It's the first one.
So the heal. So it's not. It's not actions. It's attacks.
Yes, it's attacks. So you get the full regular strike. Anytime you make multiple attacks, that's when you get the penalty.
Oh,
Okay.
good lord.
Yes, unfortunately, that is a miss as you go in to bite the giant rat that is just really, really not happy to be seeing you. All right, so that's all your actions, I believe.
All my actions. Yep.
All right, Shmebulok, you are up. Saravish on deck.
Any penalty to walking over the body of a dead rat?
No, because technically, let me see here. The giant rat is size-wise is small, and you are medium or small.
Also small.
Okay, no, it doesn't
It's a match
oppose
made in
anything.
heaven.
It would-
Okay, then I'm going to use a move action to use my keyboard to shuffle. I guess to here? I can probably see over that if it's small.
Yeah, you could see through that, no problem. Since it's dead, it's on the ground, it kind of splays out a bit.
Alright, let's rinse and repeat. So that was one action to do that. This other 2 to do this.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay.
Hit.
Yes, that is a hit. Perfect.
Another 1.
5 points of frost damage.
That's it for me.
All right. Servish, you're up.
All right, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna have my add-on use all 3 actions.
Okay.
Kath.
Do it. Oh, I saw that miss, unfortunately.
Mm.
Yeah, total 14. That's a miss by 1. So that's action number 1.
And action number 2 will be to attack again with the secondary attack.
Yeah, maps. You got to do map -5 because it's a second attack. Even though it's a different weapon, you have to still do the minuses. So this would be
Okay, because it says for some reason it's a secondary attack map -4.
yes, because that looks like it's a versatile or not versatile. It's a agile weapon or something. So it's going to reduce the secondary penalty by 1. And then if you see for your primary and secondary attack, the map is -10 and -8. It means your secondary attack is going to be doing. It's going to be easier to hit with your secondary attack because it's an agile weapon.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so that hit.
So yeah, that would definitely hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Ooh, that's a big old 6 points of damage. And that giant rat is dead in Kath's. What is the secondary attack for Koth?
Just a big old claw. His primary is a bite.
Okay, so he just comes in, swipes at the rat, and it goes flying, hitting the wall, and just a big old blat. That's a blat sound.
Blat.
All right, so Kath has
And then-
one more action.
Boink.
Ooh, very good. So we have ourselves a this should be a perfectly set up flanking. Pathfinders has flanking rules as part of the main rules. It's not optional. And the if this rat gets a chance, or if the rat doesn't die or whatever, I mean it's going to die. But Krunk should have a automatic like a bonus for attacking and whatnot because of the flanking rules. So. End of round 2 as our second of 3 rats are dead, and the final rat
Oh,
in.
Oh yeah, no, there we go.
I got it. It's good. It's round 3, the last remaining giant rat feverishly goes in for the attack, and will attack Krunk once again because it's angry and wants its food. Strike number 1 is going to be a 4+ for a miss by 4. Goes in for a second strike. 17 plus for a total of 20, which does hit by 5. So we're going to do a little bit of damage for 2. Or actually 3 total. And then the final attack of, definitely doesn't hit. Critical miss. So once again, the rat on the third strike critically misses for the attack and ends its turn there trying to defend its fish. Krunk, you're up. Shmebulok on deck.
Okay, I'm really pissed off right now.
Yep.
So I'm going to fight it.
Okay.
Can I use my hero die? The hero point? What's that for?
The hero point is after the fact. So if you miss, you can use your hero point to roll a second die to see if you hit. But then you have to take the results of the second roll.
Oh, me brainer.
Oh, that's a critical hit. You don't even need to use your hero point.
Fun critical bite.
And critical hit by plus 12. Go ahead and roll critical damage for that. All right, total of 8. And you deal 8 points of tusk damage against the rat and kill it finally. All the rats have died and the squeaking subsides. As you finish off all the rats, you take a moment to, check your wounds and whatnot. And you have yourselves this, this basement here of the fishery.
The rat that I chomped, I'm going to kind of put in my pouch.
Okay. And just so you're aware, now that combat's over, go ahead and award yourselves all 80 XP. So go ahead and just add that in right now.
Right meow. Yeah. Go up. The rat's got any loot on them?
Let me see here.
They have a wonderful collection of fleas.
Right? Double click on the rats now that they're dead. Let me see if
Ow.
anything happens.
Double click on the rats.
There is
I see
a
weapon
thing.
value, quantity.
Yeah, I think if things were there, that's where they would be.
Yeah, so you guys would check out the rats, and unfortunately, they have nothing. Because they're giant rats. They might have...
that literally lets us search them. That's awesome.
Yep. Yeah, that's one really nice thing about Pathfinder is that, dead creatures, you can turn them into lootable corpses to see what they have on their body. David, again, thank you so much. You've been super helpful with that. Yes, the heal spell doesn't have the attack trait, so that's a good way to know if you've incurred maps or not. So, now that the rats are dead, what would you all like to do?
Explore the hole.
Indeed.
Okay. So, what hall are you talking about exploring? Ping the map
One
for me.
I'm standing next to.
Okay. What about the rest of you all? Krunk, Servish, you're looking a little wounded. What are you doing?
I'm going to check out on Koth. He looks hurt.
So, Servish, does Koth reflect your current state of being? So, like, if you're wounded, will he also show wounded?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, Krunk, you look over Koth and you can see that, your healing has helped Koth, but it has also helped Saravish as well. They seem to be reflective of each other's state and status. So while he does look wounded, he looks much relieved and refreshed from your healing that you applied to him with your cure spell.
Okay.
All right, so what next? Shmebulok wants to go down the tunnel. Saravish, what about you?
Yeah, I'd rather clear out the rest of these if there's any more of them down there.
Yeah, what if there's a rat king?
Fucking rat kings.
And then we get serious.
How far can you see down the tunnel, Saravish, Eric? Like, what's your vision look like?
Yeah, I can see.
Oh, wait. That's because I think the world clock.
Yeah, like if you don't have your character selected, you can see like everybody's collective view.
Oh no, I have depending on if I'm looking through Koth or Sarabish, I have 2 different lines of sight.
Okay, lightning. Give me the. It's supposed to be dark down here.
It kind of keeps like.
Yeah, the light was
painting in
bouncing.
front of darkness.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
And yeah.
That's better. Now, you guys. I'm surprised, Saravish, your character token can see in the dark because you don't have low light vision. Interesting.
Unless it was because of the light in here.
Let me see here. What's going on with this?
But we're fixing that anyway.
That's weird. Where did those light... Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Some reason there was like extra light fixtures that shouldn't have been in here, lighting up the area. Okay. There you go. Now you can see in the dark. Technically, you shouldn't have been able to see, more or less.
I suggest we not go south. There's a large spell area to the south.
Ooh, what is going on down there?
Oh, yeah, what is that?
I don't know. Thank you for seeing that. I just got rid of it.
DM's fucking with us again.
Right? All right, so, Shmebulok, who is leading the way? Like, you guys going to go just straight down to this hole in the wall here and continue in?
Yeah.
Oh, me and Koth can lead if you would rather.
All right, go ahead and start moving your guys' tokens a bit.
Oh.
Crunk just barrels headlong into the wall. Ramming speed!
Yeah, there's not really a spot I can stand there, so.
Yes, Saravish casts the light cantrip on himself to light up the area, so everyone has a light spell they can see with. Okay, so as you guys make your way into here, squeezing through the hole, you find yourself in a cavern that seems to stretch endlessly beneath the streets of Otari. Who knows what menace could be lurking down here? Up ahead, the passageway ends in a cliff that plunges sharply into the darkness. And as you guys look over the edge of this drop down below, you think to yourselves, man, this climb, that's going to take about a week to get through. We'll see everyone next week.
Damn, that's a deep hole.
That is a very deep hole. It's going to take a while to get down there. Thank you all so much for joining us. This is the Ever Side Questers side quest into the Pathfinder 2nd Edition Beginner's Box. I wasn't sure how far we'd get, and we got about halfway to what I was expecting. I wasn't sure how long it would take, but we also had the whole introduction of the players meeting each other, which is always the worst part of any session 1 game.
Brooding cats.
Yeah, herding cats, exactly. That's why I was like, okay, I like what I see here. This is how everyone knows each other. And just be like real quick about it. So I'd like to thank everyone in chat that was hanging out with us. Hair Doctor, David, especially David. He is the MVP of tonight. Thank you so much, David, for hanging out with us. Candyholic and everyone else. You know, we got our Everside questers in chat as well, talking with people. Thank you guys, Sean and Eric, for taking care of that as well. And I think that's everyone that was joining up. Thank you all. You guys are amazing. Scott, as always, also, you're amazing for being here playing your gnome. Don't think I haven't forgotten about you. Everyone's amazing because we're all here playing Pathfinder 2nd edition. And it's not 5th edition because I'm done with that nonsense. So, thank you all so much for watching this. And if you watch this later on as a video, as a VOD, and you're like, hey, let's see what these silly guys are doing here. Thank you so much for making it all the way to the end. We will be back next week, hopefully with our champion as well to make up the 4th spot. And we will see you all next week. Thank you all. Have a great night. And, have fun wherever you are.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Bye-bye.